everybody, and welcome to a Nacho and Dog tip session. In this game, I'll be playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which, as you can see, I have not been playing all that long. You see the score come up. I think I'm level 22, level 21 or 22. And basically, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about first-person shooters and how we can maybe increase our skill a little bit, pay more attention to what we're doing, and try to increase our KDA mostly. I play mostly team deathmatch. I don't worry too much about some of the objective-based games just because I find it fun. I grew up on Unreal Tournament, and that's the sort of stuff that I enjoy. That being said, you can see watching the beginning of this video, I'm not doing all that great. I do turn it around, actually. You'll see a little later on. I turn around. I think right now I'll get 3 or 4 kills in a row. And basically, there's just some things that I wanted to talk about, just small tips that maybe you're not doing, maybe you are doing, and it's just nice to hear them laid out for you. So one of the things that I like to do, and you'll notice I didn't do it right away, and I got killed right away. I like to stick to the outsides of the map. I wander around the outsides, I look in, and for that reason it's because when you're looking in to the map, you've got your back against the wall, so nobody can sneak up on you. And to me, that's a really important factor. I try not to get right in the middle of things because while I usually play a submachine gun, like I'm playing now, I'm not the twitchiest of shooters. In fact, sometimes you'll even see I snipe with it. I aim at somebody really far away and I just burst until I get them down if there's any way that I can, and that's what I prefer to do. I like to play it slow. I like to play, I don't like to say that I camp, but I do sometimes, I'll wait if I know somebody's coming. And that brings me to my next point, the minimap. The minimap is so important in a first-person shooter, and a lot of people do not watch it. I know that there are guys coming up into this room or close to it, so I don't do any risky moves. You can see the minimap there. You can see people are coming in. You see where they're kind of gathering, and generally speaking, you can predict where people are going to be. And this is something that people do even if they don't realize that they're doing it. So glance up. It's like driving a car. You're supposed to glance at your rearview mirror, every 10 seconds. Your side mirrors, just make sure you know where you are on the street. Same thing in a game. You look at that minimap, you know where you are in the game world. So, a couple of the other things, we can just watch this in the background while it's going on. If you're just starting out, play your campaign, play your story mode. Reason being, it's going to get used to the guns, it's going to get you used to controls, look sensitivity, change your look sensitivity. A lot of guys will crank theirs right up. I find that a little disorienting. I like to use mine just slightly above average. I actually make a mistake here. I dropped my care package and then I run away from it. I have no idea why I did that, but I did lose it. Somebody else picked it up. And then I go down there and get killed because I wasn't paying attention because I was thinking about my care package. So, minimap and stationing yourself on the map. I like to stay on the outsides looking in. I like to pay attention to my minimap. That's why I always equip UAV when I'm playing Call of Duty. If I'm playing Battlefield, I just really try to pay attention to what's going on. Rather than Halo, Destiny. It's different depending on what game you play. Also, get used to your controls. Get used to your stick sensitivity. Those things are so important. Also, set up your equipment before you go in the game. Play on the pre-made kits for a little while, but as soon as you find out your playstyle for every game, change it up. Make your own kit. That way people can't predict what you have, but make sure you know your kit inside and out. If a UAV goes up and you don't know if you've got a silent footstep perk equipped, if you're shooting and you don't realize you're not using a suppressor that you think you're using, it can cause a lot of troubles. So always make sure you know your kit, your controls. The other thing with the kit I find is frag grenades. You'll notice while I play, sometimes I just throw them out. It's seemingly at random, but the reason is that I'm not the best with frag grenades, and if you're not the best with frag grenades, your best bet is to just throw them out at random times. You might get a kill, you might not, but Make sure you use them, because once you die, they're lost, and you could get an assist from a frag grenade. You could get better map control because you throw a grenade and everybody scatters from it, and it might help protect your team a little better. Some other things, I know I just said make sure you play your first person or your offline story mode. But also make sure you practice. When you practice online. It's against real people. It's a completely different game. This comes up a lot. I play League of Legends quite a bit, and it comes up a lot of the time. People say, "Oh, well, I just want to play. I don't want to play ranked because I'm just practicing." Well, you should play. You should practice in ranked. Practice whatever you're going to actually be competing in. So always play online when you can. I actually I recorded a couple of videos for this, and the first one, my connection was so bad, you would not believe it. So always make sure you've got a good connection and you're not going AFK on people, because it is the worst. And actually in the video before this, I got killed while I was dancing around somebody who was AFK. So have fun with it. Don't have too much fun with it. Make sure you got a good connection, because there's nothing worse than a little bit of lag. It's a waste of time. I know people don't want to quit games, but it's a waste of time, and it's frustrates your team, it frustrates you, and when we start raging, you know what we're like, right? I once saw a friend break a controller right in half. He was so angry. The kill streaks, I know earlier, guys, I'm all over the place, I apologize. We saw a kill streak earlier that I actually forgot to deploy, or I deployed it, but I forgot to pick it up. If you're just starting out and you're not super great yet, set your kill streaks to the lowest possible options. In a game like Call of Duty where there is kill streaks, or anything where you're going to get bonuses based on assists or kills, set them low. That way you get to take advantage of them more often. Once you get a little better, you can increase them and get some better kill streaks. But there's no point in having that 15 kill streak if you're never ever going to use it. Put it at 3, 4, and 5, or whatever you do, right? Some other little things I like to do, especially starting out. Don't play for too long. Play a couple of games, get up, walk around. You get too into it, your eyes get tired. Stick to your own playstyle. So I almost always use a submachine gun lately. When I first started out, I used a heavy machine gun. I've found that a lot of games have gotten away from where that is viable. I know in this particular Call of Duty game, the maps are very small, and that is not conducive to a light machine gun. You want a sniper rifle is extremely popular in the games that are on the go right now, or a submachine gun, just run and gun. So that being said, make sure you think about your kit. We didn't see it when I signed in because I forgot to hit the record button right off the bat, but this game turns out too good for me to pass up. So when you make up your kit, don't have erroneous things on your kit that you're not going to use. I know I'm using a submachine gun. I'm never going to switch to my pistol if I don't have to. So I don't have one. In this particular game, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, you can actually, I think all the Call of Duties probably, you can reset your items so that you can only have a primary weapon. It's just a perk you equip. I've got one submachine gun. And that submachine gun I just equip with as much as possible. I've got a stock, a grip, rapid fire. And then it's just my weapon of choice, and I just pick up a second one the first enemy I kill, or oftentimes I do. So as you can see, I think I went 22 and 11 that game, and it was pretty good. I used a lot of my kind of tactics as far as paying attention to the map, reloading as often as I can when it makes sense to, hiding, using cover, a lot of these things that you don't think about when you're playing online games as much, or maybe some people don't. So in this game, I don't do as good. So you see my setup there just when I started, but this game I actually go negative. So what I consider good is 2.0, so 2 kills for every 1 death, because then you're doing quite well. If everybody did that, obviously you'd win very quickly. Not everybody have amazing kill streaks, but that's okay. I consider anything above 1, you're an asset to your team, because if everybody had above a 1, you would win every single time. Obviously, some people have to do much better because some people are doing much worse. And in this game, actually, we do lose, and I think I ended up 13 and 12. Uh, you'll see I start out pretty strong, but I quickly start to disregard some of those tips that I've been giving people. But just to continue with some of the tips, one thing I find really helps, especially when you're starting out playing a game, play with a friend. You know, either split screen if you can, um, or online. Get on a headset. You can talk to people. They can show you areas of the map where there might be choke points. You might have a height advantage. Places where there might be a sniper's nest, stuff like that. They can show you all sorts of ropes, and if not, come back and ask me, and I'll do a video on it, and we'll show you on YouTube. So play with friends, um, and always have fun. Of course, you always want to have fun. That is why we're doing all this, right? It's not so that we can rage out and break our stuff, and it's not for bragging rights on the internet or telling who had sex with whose mom. The whole point of all this stuff is to relax and have fun. So moving on, I don't have a whole lot of other tips. Check your six. Obviously, there will be a couple of clips here where guys could have got me so easy. I would have died way more times if they had just turned around. Like that one. That was a complete fluke that I saw him come up. But what you're seeing here, if you look at my mini-map, when people use their exo ability in this game, which is your double jump, your boost, that sort of thing, it comes up with a little blip on the minimap, and it seems like I know there's a guy down here because I can see him jumping. People really jump a lot, and they don't realize that it comes up on their minimap. So you have to be aware of how the game mechanics work too. One of the other things is you can hear it. You can hear people walking, you can hear footsteps, you can hear when people jump, you can hear when people change weapons. If you've got a half-decent sound system at all, and if you're paying attention, then you really can hear when there are enemies around you. And I think it's kind of at this point where maybe I start getting a little frustrated, which is something I told you guys not to do. But I really do start to just shit the bed, which where I'm from means just start to do poorly. I walk out here, I get killed, like pinged off from behind. Again, if I checked my six, I would have known that there was a guy coming up behind us. But you're not going to win them all as long as you pay attention to what you're doing. Watch your kill cams. I very rarely watch my kill cams, you'll see as I go through, but it's partly because I'm recording, and partly because you do get frustrated when you start to lose. But when you watch your kill cams, you can kind of see, okay, I see, this guy was following me for quite a while. I guess I gotta kind of pay attention to what I'm doing a little more. But other than that, we're gonna throw up on the end here some of these in point forms so that you guys can read them. So as we continue in here, our team's actually doing not that bad, 43 and 48. I can't remember exactly what we ended off on. I think it's close. I think we were all pretty close, but most of us were negative. One of the enemy players, he really snowballs with some kill streaks, and buddy, it makes a big difference. You're getting these guys who are getting these paladins in and stuff, and there's some fluke shots, and then there's some stuff that really takes skill. So hats off to the other team, but we'll just keep watching here, and I'll point out some stuff as it's going through, stuff that is just ridiculous. So I see somebody jump on my mini map. I run over, and then instead of going in for it, I just turn around and keep going and trying to find somebody. And we pick up this actually did work out because we end up picking up this. I think it's a turret, yeah. But I place it in a kind of a bad spot because I'm still new at this particular game, so I don't know the maps entirely. Still learning. But that's all part of it. So, guys, I really do appreciate all the views that we've been getting. We've been getting some feedback too. So make sure that you subscribe, like the video if you liked it. If you don't like it, I'll know. If I've got 100 views and nobody likes it, then I'll know I'm doing something wrong. Leave a comment. Share it with your friends. We're on Twitter at Nacho and Dog Gaming. We're on Instagram, Nacho and Dog. We're on Facebook, Nacho and Dog Gaming. Obviously, we're on YouTube, Nacho and Dog. And I've said if we get to 1,000 subscribers, we'll tell everybody what Nacho and Dog means, because a lot of people do ask. So, we got a couple of minutes left of this game. As you can tell, the enemy team is really starting to pull ahead. A lot of those kill streaks are coming in. They're getting a lot of points that way. And at this point, my team and myself, I can't even just blame them. we're running around, we're not finding cover, we're not paying attention to the mini-map. That was the first time I've looked to see where any of the kill streaks that are coming in are coming from. And I run and hide in a building that's all glass on top, so it doesn't really make any sense. And I think I die here again, if not from that kill streak, then from the next one that comes in. So obviously there's a guy on the enemy team that's just doing quite well, and they set themselves up in a really good position where they sneak their kill streaks around a little bit, and one guy uses one, and the next guy uses one, and they really do have a lot of map control. So as you can see, I think I'm officially what I call negative, but under 1 kill death ratio, and it's not very good, but I'm working on it. This is the probably the third day that I've played this particular game. I just borrowed it from Vanilla Titan, and level 23. I don't have everything unlocked yet. There's some perks that I would like. So yeah, we ended up 73 to 100.